What's up, YouTube? This is Perry with Premier Guitar here in Nashville, Tennessee at the Mercy Lounge today. Hanging out with the wildly talented and super fun to listen to guys from Chon. We got Mario right here, and he's cool enough to take some time out of his day and talk about guitars and effects especially, because I know you guys weren't super effects driven, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty
like
homey, right?
It was completely the opposite,
right,
pretty much.
Like mean and lean. So I'm really excited to get into this spaceship you have going on over here. But first, I would love to talk about your Ibanez endorsement.
Yeah.
How did you come to find Ibanez?
Well, it all started with this friend of mine from back home in San Diego, named Seth Hollander.
Didn't he help?
Yeah,
he was a guitar teacher, right?
Yeah, he was my guitar teacher. He was kind of just my overall guitar guru. Like, he was like helping me through like learning guitar and everything when I was growing up. He helps me with a lot of guitar stuff. So he actually did this paint job. It's really cool.
That's beautiful.
Floral.
Man.
I love floral stuff on guitar.
And so is this pretty much like would you consider it a signature?
I wouldn't consider it a signature because it's other than the paint job, it's like a standard RG
yeah, okay,
Prestige.
Gotcha.
But
and then what'd you go for with pickups?
Some DiMarzios. I already forgot what kind.
No big
Seth
deal.
recommended them, and I just forgot. Yeah, forgot what they're called, but yeah.
Do you feel like, I mean, obviously you've played other guitars, but if you're anything like me, you kind of grew up skateboarding and playing heavy metal and punk rock. I've always felt like an Ibanez, especially the RG series, is kind of almost like a classical in the sense that the fretboard is like an ironing board. It's like, it's easy to move around and it's super low action. Is that like one of the deciding factors?
Yeah, I love that. I like my action like medium though, because if you go too low, I feel like you lose a lot of the expressiveness that you can otherwise have.
Start getting buzzes and all kinds of weird stuff too. Yeah. Totally.
So medium, but like, yeah, the fretboard's super easy to move around with.
Yeah, man, that thing looks wild as hell. I love it.
Yeah, I've been playing Ibanez for a long time now. It's way before I was endorsed, so
very, very cool.
They just feel at home at this point.
I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah.
And in the past, you've been playing AC30s.
Yep.
And I see here that you guys have some pretty rockin' ass matchless. Yeah. I have to assume that you're using this for like matchless is a very clean, huge headroom kind of amp. So are you using this for like a clean platform and then affecting everything with pedals now?
Yep.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
We actually borrowed one of these, a Lightning, just like this one, while we were recording Homie, just to like test it out and like see if we wanted to use it.
Sure.
And it ended up sounding super awesome. So I just bought one after to bring on tour. It's sick. I got this like, I like the color too.
I love that
cool.
Tolex, man. That's rad. I also love that it's so simple. You've got like, you know, bass, treble, and that's it. Plus a master, which is cool. So you're not pulling any distortion from the amp, hardly.
No,
right?
I'm on the low channel, volume at like 40. So that's like the gain pretty much.
You could still probably go quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, so it's super clean, which I like because I use a pedal for any distortion parts.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Hey man, before we dive into pedal world, do you mind just playing just your clean tone through the amp so we can hear what that's like?
So, here, let me think of a cool riff real quick. All right.
All right.
Super clean.
Those voicings are gnarly, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
crazy jazz chords. That's awesome, man. All right, well, let's dive into pedal world.
Cool.
All right, Mario, here is your super space motherboard of Impetuous Doom, dude. This is awesome. At first glance, it would almost look like an Earthquaker ad. Like you've got pretty much
a lot of Earthquaker.
Exclusively almost Earthquaker.
Dunlop stuff, MXR.
Sure, yeah.
One Ibanez pedal.
And like we were talking about earlier, you guys weren't like a pedal-heavy band until recently. What sparked the change?
Well, we had been playing with pretty much no pedals besides a tuner for the first like 8 years as a band. Like I had a friend who was kind of like teaching me music, not Seth, some other dude, who kind of told me like when I was first starting guitar, I really wanted to get into pedals, but he told me like, just to get good first before I get into pedals. That's probably
great advice.
Yeah, so that kind of stuck with me. I was like, all right, whatever, I'm just going to play guitar then. And that ended up going on for 8 years. And then
you started tinkering.
Yeah, we recorded our first album with Eric Palmquist, and he brought out a bunch of Earthquaker stuff, and we were like, holy crap, these are insane.
Oh,
and that's when we
so
first
fun.
started getting into them. Yeah.
They make some of my favorite pedals.
Yeah,
all right, so
super unique.
Let's talk. Walk me through the signal chain, and then we'll go into specific detail about the pedals, if that's cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of pedals, but it's pretty simple to me because I just think of it as, all right, my tuner, compression, which is always on,
Sure.
distortion, which I like turn on every once in a while for certain songs.